Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Warner Anderson as Matthew Swain, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, and Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson.
A moment that has hung suspended in time has now suddenly descended with an unexpected swiftness. Allison Mackenzie's parents have come home. And for the first time in her life, Allison finds herself looking at her house with the eyes of a stranger.
Hello, Allison. Come in, come in.
Sweetheart. We were going to come down to the shop and surprise you.
Well, I locked up her.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? How was your trip, Boston?
Wonderful. Well, why don't we go inside and make ourselves comfortable?
Oh, I forgot. Welcome home.
Oh, thank you. Well, we managed to gather a few things for you on our travels. Where are they, Connie?
They're in the closet. I'll get them.
What's that old saying? It's fun to travel, but it's nice to be home.
Well, I wouldn't really know. I've never been further than the ski lodge.
And you take my word for it, it is. I like this house. It's got room to breathe. I don't think an extra set of lungs are going to put too much strain on it. It won't be easy, Allison, but things that mean anything never are.
No, I know.
The only reason I'm here, I don't mean here in this house, but here, is to make you and your mother happy.
We were going to set these out, but time got away from us.
Oh, where'd you get this?
How do you know your father won it?
At an old amusement park I used to go to when I was a kid. I was afraid it wouldn't be there anymore. Compliments of a strong right arm and an undaunted cheering section.
It's really quite good.
Especially when it took me 8 games to find the mark.
Here, let me take it. Aren't you going to open them?
Oh, yes. Oh, perfume. It's lovely, thank you. Oh, it's beautiful.
You like the color?
Yes.
I think we hit every store in Boston looking for it.
Of course, we didn't know at the time that we were looking for it.
All we knew was that all the other colors we looked at were wrong until we found that one.
And then we just made a beeline for it. Almost had a tug of war.
You like it, though?
Yes.
Good.
But you went to a lot of trouble.
Oh, it was fun. Why don't we continue our exploits at dinner tonight? I thought we'd all run down to the inn. I'd like to introduce my family to Peyton Place.
But they've already met us, haven't they?
Not as a unit.
I think that's a wonderful idea. We'll call Uncle Matt and Eli and bore everyone with one fell swoop.
No, I can't. Could I take a rain check? I promised Mrs. Shuster that I'd babysit for her tonight.
Tonight?
Well, she couldn't find anybody else, and Kim is kind of a special case. Anyway, it's your first night back. I thought you might like to be alone.
Well, thank you, Allison. We'll do it another time.
Yes, well, I'll just go call her then and tell her that I'm coming. I'm glad you're both back.
There was so much I wanted to say.
There's plenty of time.
Doris, I'm home.
David, I'm up here in the bedroom.
I'll be right up as soon as I fix myself a drink.
Father, I have a pitcher of martinis up here. Hi.
Well, what's the occasion?
We've been invited to the inn for dinner.
By whom?
With Theodore Dowell.
Harrington's old attorney?
Uh-huh. And his very social wife.
It's kind of at the last minute, isn't it?
Didn't you get my message? David, I called you at noon and I left word with your secretary.
Well, I wasn't in the office all afternoon. I went over to the Travers Mill in White River.
Checking on the competition?
They're automating. Wanted to look around. What about Kim? Who'll stay with her?
I found a sitter.
Who?
The Mackenzie girl. I think she's very intelligent and dependable. Thank you. My anniversary brooch. It really is the very best thing I have. I can't wear that tonight. They might think I was insecure. Besides, what would I do when I needed something really special? David, I'm sorry to have pushed you into this pressure. I did call you. Would you like me to call them and say that we're going to be a few minutes late? Then you won't have to start dressing right now.
Well, what is this evening? Is this something that they arranged before and just brought us into?
No, I think it's us specifically.
Well, I wish you had gotten in touch with me because I wouldn't have gone this evening.
Well, I think that would be a mistake.
I don't want to just walk into something without knowing what I'm doing.
This is the best chance to get to know Dowell.
Darling, I get to know a man when I do business with him. You can't tell a thing about a lawyer over a drink. They're all trained to be so smooth, you can't get through to what they are.
We function so differently, David.
Oh, yes, I know that.
Come on, don't push me away. It's the only avenue of communication I have. You may know Dowell through a business deal, but I only know about that business deal through what you tell me. I find out about people over drinks, and through knowing who their wives are.
Doris, I'm the one who has the contract with PEYTON. I'm the one who has to run the mill.
Well, let me help you. What's the matter with you men? You marry capable, educated, nice women, and then you push them out of your lives as soon as you marry them. Have I ever given you any bad advice? Have I made one mistake in your career?
Well, how many mistakes would I have made without you?
Oh, David.
What do you mean, oh, David?
Did it sound like I was criticizing you? I wasn't. I just want to be close to you. Don't push me away.
Oh, come in, Miss Mackenzie.
Thank you.
If you don't mind waiting, my wife will be right down. You can wait in here. I have to get dressed myself. She'll be down to talk to you and give you some instructions. Will you excuse me?
Thank you.
come down to admitting, please? We have a young mother waiting. Thank you. Oh, there you are. Will you take Mrs. Sinclair to room 115? Oh, this is Miss Anderson.
Hello, Betty.
Hello, Bob. Janet. We all went to school together.
How nice. Like a class reunion. Miss Anderson, I know it's nice to see old friends, but Mrs. Sinclair is in some discomfort. Mr. Sinclair, if you come with me, I'll take you into the lounge. I know. It's so difficult just to wait. But husbands get nervous, and their wives worry about them just when they should be most concerned with having the baby. And that's not fair, is it?
We haven't lost his father yet. Your room is that way. If you feel faint, don't be afraid to say so. It's hospital SOP. Come on. If I'm walking too fast, you just say.
No, it's all right.
I heard you and Bob were married.
I was going to send you an announcement. But I didn't want to just send a formal one, and I kept putting it off. I didn't know what to say.
Well, some marriages don't work out, that's all. Mine was one of them. Besides that, I don't know what else there is to say. Oh, here, you better lie down. Come on, up. You know what time the last pain was? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll just keep track from here on in. What's the matter?
I don't want you taking off my shoes.
Would you like someone else to help you?
No, I want you to stay here with me. I'm not so afraid if you're here. Betty, I never intended to send you a wedding announcement.
You put everything out of your mind except that baby. Just think, by tomorrow morning at the latest, you'll be lying here holding your baby beside you. Now, you lie still here and I'll be right back. If you need anything before that, you just press this button and somebody will be here before you take your hand off it.
Betty?
I promise I'll be right back.
Trouble with the patient?
Oh, no, Doctor, the patient is fine.
How about the nurse?
Well, I think we can describe her condition as fair. Possibilities of survival are indicated. You look, very elegant, Doctor.
Is this the patient?
A maternity case. She's ready to deliver. Except that it's a girl I used to go to school with. But that's only a half-truth. Rod and I used to double date with Janet and her husband. Now she's going to have her baby.
Betty.
No, it's all right, Doctor. I just came up for air.